Good morning and welcome to News Superfast. I'm Nolan Pinto. Now, the only consolation of the entire operation was that Akshata's body was retrieved. Despite 4 teams working round the clock, little Akshata could not be saved.
June 17th. Akshata falls into the borewell alive. June 19th. Akshata comes out of the borewell dead. "46 hours after the rescue operations began, rescue personnel were finally able to trace little Akshata. But unfortunately, the little girl was dead. What seemed as an easy task in the beginning turned out to be one of the most time-consuming rescue operations in recent times.
Well, this is exactly where the massive rescue operation took place. As you can see, this is the granite stone that they struggled with so much. It's a huge block of granite. As you can see, it goes all around me. Now, where I actually am is I'm about 30 feet down under. This is the work that they've been doing for the last 51 hours, ever since they've been trying to rescue 4-year-old Akshata. Now, what you see around you is a massive rescue operation that required engines, that required a lot of personnel down here, manually doing it with spades, with drilling holes and the likes. Now let me show you exactly how they finally managed to rescue Akshata. This is the little space that was there. This is all that was there, and this was exactly where she stuck. So you can imagine how badly she was injured after that. This is the little space where in fact she was found. So they were drilling all across, and after that, of course, they had to drill that extra space. This, of course, is what a machine cannot do, and that's why they had to come here personally and do it themselves manually. And with that stone, that's when it got a little difficult. You can see that exactly there is a bit of cement, because that is exactly where the borewell was. Now, we understand that a 4-year-old Akshata's chin was sticking out of here. It was sticking out exactly from out there, and that's how they realized that her body was there. They pulled her out slowly. There was no question of her surviving that, and even after they pulled her out, there was a lot of debris that fell out there, and this is the little space that her body was uncomfortably pushed into. Remember, she fell head first down into that, which is why her chin first came out. They immediately brought her out. They used a sack, they used different cloths to wrap her up, clean her up even, and even there's a very, very strong smell out here because, of course, they immediately tried to sanitize the area as well. So you can see that it was a massive rescue operation, successful at the end of the day, yes, but Akshata did not, of course, survive, unfortunately. 51 hours in that little hole. You can only imagine what kind of a ghastly experience that was. It was always, of course, expected that maybe she hadn't survived the fall itself. While it did look a little more wider there, it's a lot more narrow as it comes down. We understand she was stuck at maybe this level. That's why they started digging right there to ensure they had that extra space and go up after that, so they can go ahead and reach out for her. You can see that even here, desperately, they've tried to dig through. They've tried to ensure they can go through, but it is when they saw her chin out there that they decided to go in from there and then pull her out slowly, which is what we saw happening. And of course, finally, the rescue operations have come to an end. It was the stone that proved to be such a big, massive headache for them, and that's what led to so many restrictions in the rescue operations. Now, of course, everything has come to an end. There's an eerie calm in the area, even as Akshata has passed away and everyone's hopes are lost.
46 hours later, rescue team finally reached the borewell. After 46 hours of uninterrupted digging and rescue operation, the rescue teams finally managed to gain access to the borewell. Horizontal digging was taken up at around 4 p.m. and after an hour and a half of digging, rescue teams finally gained access to the borewell at a depth of 42 feet. Akshata stuck at 29 feet. rescue teams reached the borewell at 42 feet. When rescue teams gained access to the borewell, strong, unpleasant stench suggesting possible decomposition of the body greeted the rescue team. From there on, the rescue teams had another difficult task to continue. They had to dig up from the depth of 42 feet to reach Akshata's body, which was stuck at 29 feet. What caused the delay? When rescue operations started at around 10:30 p.m. on June 17th, the mission to rescue Akshata seemed easy. It was only after the rescue team started digging that they realized what they were up against. Boulders and showers versus rescue personnel. A disaster management team from Pune, an expert digging team from Hatti Gold Mines, NDRF and borewell robot inventor Manikandan. All of them together could not reach the girl on time. The teams had to battle rocky terrain and intermittent showers. Even as the digging continued uninterrupted, rescue personnel were up against such adversities that reaching Akshata almost seemed impossible.
ಅಕ್ಷತಾ ಎಂಬತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಗುವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕೊಳವೆ ಬಾವಿಯಿಂದ ಯಶಸ್ವಿಯಾಗಿ ಹೊರಗೆ ತೆಗೆದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇದು ತುಂಬ ಚಾಲೆಂಜಿಂಗ್ ಟಾಸ್ಕ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಕಠಿಣವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಜ್ರದ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕಠಿಣವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಈ ಬಂಡೆಯನ್ನು ಸಣ್ಣದಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಚಿಪ್ಪಿಂಗ್ ಮಿಷಿನ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಅಂತಿಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಾಚರಣೆ ಯಶಸ್ವಿಯಾಗಿ ಹೊರಗೆ ತೆಗೆದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಾವು ಸಣ್ಣದೊಂದು ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಹೆಲ್ಡ್ ಸಣ್ಣದ ಚಿಪ್ಪಿಂಗ್ ಮೆಷಿನ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಮಾಡಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೈನಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಬಾರು ಮತ್ತೆ ಉಳಿ ಇವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಕಲ್ಲನ್ನ ಸುತ್ತಲೂ ನಾವು ಇದು ತೆರವುಗೊಳಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ವಿ.
The district in charge minister was present at the location throughout the rescue operation. The minister has stated that strict action will be taken against those responsible for the tragedy.
ಈ ಒಂದು ದುರದೃಷ್ಟಕರ ಘಟನೆ ಇಂಥ ಅನಾಹುತಗಳು ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ದೇಶಾದ್ಯಂತ ರಾಜ್ಯಾದ್ಯಂತ ಬಿಜಾಪುರ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಇದು ಎರಡನೆಯ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟು. ನಾವು ಇನ್ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಆಗದ ಹಾಗೆ ಎಚ್ಚರಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ವಹಿಸಬೇಕು. ಮಾಧ್ಯಮದ ಮೂಲಕ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿವಸ ಪ್ರಚಾರವನ್ನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಇದರಿಂದ ಆಗುವಂತ ಅನಾಹುತಗಳು ತಾವು ಕಣ್ಮುಂದೆ ನೋಡಿದಿರಿ. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾನೂನು ಕಡೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಬಿಗಿಗೊಳಿಸಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮ ಯಾರು ಈ ರೀತಿ ಬಾವಿಗಳನ್ನ ತೆರೆದವಾಗಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಕಠಿಣ ಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನ ಕೈಗೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು. ಏನು ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಆದೇಶ ನೀಡಿದೆ. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇನ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಈ ಬೋರ್ವನ್ನು ಕೊರೆದಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಆ ಬೋರ್ವೆಲ್ ಏಜೆನ್ಸಿಗಳ ಮೇಲೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿಯನ್ನ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಇದನ್ನ ತಡೆಗಟ್ಟುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
One just hopes that Akshata is not just another name in the long list of unfortunate kids who have lost their lives in such accidents. While the job done by the rescue teams is definitely commendable, one just hopes that such accidents never happen at all. With camera person Mahantesh, Akshata Nandagopal for News9 from Bijapur.
Now, after the ordeal of being stuck in the borewell for around 52 hours, Akshata lost the battle for survival. She was laid to rest near her house early in the morning. Once the body was recovered, it was sent to the district hospital for a post-mortem. Later, she was buried by her family members about 200 meters away from the borewell that claimed her life. see the grave that was dug where the mortal remains of little Akshata was placed in. In fact, immediately after she was removed from the borewell, she was taken to the district hospital. The post-mortem was conducted, and then her mortal remains were handed over to her family members, who then buried her body just 200 meters away from the borewell that claimed her life. Now, little Akshata lost her 2-day-long battle. She is not the first one to fall prey to such open borewells. Now that this incident has come to light, your channel decided to do a reality check across the state, and here's what we found.
The people of Bijapur are saddened. Hours of toil and hard work went in vain for the rescue officials, as Akshata could not be rescued alive. Many such open borewells pose a threat to many such tiny tots across the state. Dharwad. Anjaneya Street in Kelgeri district of Dharwad has about 3 such open borewells awaiting for their victim. These borewells were dug by the water board of the area and now remain unattended. There are many schools and Anganwadis surrounding the borewells, and children are at risk. Time and again, state authorities have discussed this issue in detail, but nothing has been done till now. They have only turned a blind eye to the woes of the residents of this place.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಏರಿಯಾದಾಗ 3 ಕೊಳವೆ ಬಾವಿ ಇದಾವೆ ಸರ್. ನಾವು ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಷನ್ಗಾತು ಮತ್ತು ವಾಟರ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ನವ್ರಿಗಾತು ಒಂದು 100 ಸಲ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿವಿ ಸರ್. ಯಾರು ಈ ಕಡೆ ಹಾದಿಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಕಡೆ ಯಾರು ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಬಾಜುಗ ಕೊಳವೆ ಬಾವಿ ಹತ್ತಿರನ ಬಾಲವಾಡಿ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಹೈಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಅದ ಸರ್. ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನಾಳೆ ಏನಾರು ಅನಾಹುತ ಆದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾರು ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ ಸರ್? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರೂ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಈಗ 10 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಹಂಗೆ ಬಿದ್ದಿದೆ ಸರ್. ಯಾರೂ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರೂ ಹಾದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಒಂದು 100 ಸಲ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿವಿ ಸರ್, ಏರಿಯಾದವ್ರು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸೇರಿ.
Gadag. News9 reached Gadag in search of borewells, and look what we found. This is Betagiri's Avali Nagar. Here, there are as many as 4 open borewells. Not just this place, even the Lakshmi Devasthana of Sharanabasveshwara has 2 open borewells. If you are shocked by these, then wait for this. There are 2 open borewells right in front of the Child Protection Center.
ಶರಣಬಸವೇಶ್ವರ ಗುಡಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಬೋರ್ವೆಲ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಮುಚ್ಚಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಹುಡುಗರೆಲ್ಲ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಲಿ ಹೋಗೋರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಯಾರು 3-4 ವರ್ಷ ಆದರೂ ಯಾರು ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾತಾಡಕ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾ ಆಡಳಿತವರು ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡಕ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದೇ ಥರ ನಾವು ಜಗ್ ಅದಾವೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗದಗ ಬೆಟಗೇರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಬೆಟಗೇರಿ ಕಿಲ್ಲದ ಮೇಲೇನೂ ಅದಾವೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅದು ಏನು ಕಲ್ಲಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು, ಅದ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ.
Many residents expressed their concern over these open borewells. The water board executive of Gadag, Hanumantappa, took it upon himself to address this issue. He urged his employees to take immediate action and close all the open borewells in the district. One fails to understand what really stops the owners from closing these borewells. Accidents can easily be prevented by merely placing a lid. But who will take up the responsibility is the question. With Narasimha Murthy from Dharwad, Sanjeev Pandre for News9 Gadag.